Hello, 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 and welcome to, this is where we're at, we're in Madrid. We're in Madrid, yes, we are in Madrid. And welcome to another episode of Pokédaxi Yap Sessions. We're here for Go Fest, as you can see on the screen. Looks absolutely insane, but that's not what we're talking about. Today we're talking about whether Pokemon Go is pay to win or not, because this is literally the perfect event to talk about that because this is literally Pokemon Go Fest, the event, probably the most expensive event you can come to. We got the hat on, we're trying to stay out of the sun. It's 29 degrees here. First thing we gotta talk about, plazas, bro. Check this, look where we're at. Dude, I might say that plazas are some of the greatest things ever invented. A big open space where like people can just walk and there's no cars, like that's literally probably the best thing ever invented. Okay, that's maybe exaggeration, but I just love plazas. I'm literally already getting sidetracked. We're literally already getting super sidetracked. Anyway, yeah, we were here today talking about Pokemon Go. Is it pay to win or not? And that whole discussion, because that's a discussion that's gone on in Pokemon Go for a while, and people saying, oh, this game is just pay to win. You know, if you have money, you will win and you will be more successful. But I don't think it's that simple, because I think there's a couple like intricacies. That's a word, right? Intricacies. I feel like I always say a word that I don't know if it's actually a word or not during these Yap sessions. Intricacies, anyway. A lot of intricacies, a lot of shundo pheromosas. No, not gonna be that great. To go ahead and grab. This is actually one of the new shinies during this event, which is cool. And we actually got 2 today, so I'm super hyped about that. So I'm trying to make you guys like see me better, but dude, I'm so burnt and so hot here. But what I will say in Madrid, compared to Sendai when we had our last Yap session, the weather here, like I think there's different types of like heat. There's obviously like humid heat, and then there's like dry heat. This is more of like a drier heat, but it's very windy too at the same time. So like, although I'm sitting here and it's like 29 degrees, and I know the comments are gonna be like, oh my God, 29 degrees Celsius, that's nothing for Spain, blah, blah, blah. I understand, but is 29 degrees still hot? Yes, you know? It's like boiling water is not that hot compared to the sun, but it is still hot water. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's pretty hot here. Oh, that guy has the same sunglasses as me. But we're having a great time. Honestly, Go Fest has been an absolute blast. We have Pokemon and Coops. They're not gonna be in this video, but they're gonna be in plenty of the other videos if you've seen. I feel like sometimes something as a YouTuber, I think just naturally as a human, you can sometimes like filter your thoughts when there's people around you. So just for this video, I asked to be alone, just so I can really get my thoughts about whether I think Pokemon Go is pay to win or not. And I do have some thoughts on it. Once I catch this Pheromosa, I'm going to start talking about that. But yeah, it's been an absolute blast. We have a sick Airbnb right near, and it's been great, man. I can't complain. These Go Fest events, I'm super grateful and super privileged to be able to go to them and I guess bring this experience to you guys. So hopefully you guys kind of enjoy that. And I know not everybody can come out to the Go Fest events, but if you are ever if you can ever speak English, unlike me, then you should come out to one of them if there's ever one in your area. I think we talked about this last time, but we had New York 2 years in a row. And I know a lot of you guys that watch are from the States, like 40% of my fan base is from the States. Sorry, I was getting distracted by people. If you are from the States, New York, I could see New York potentially getting a 3rd Go Fest next year. I think I was talking to Mystic about this, but sometimes they get like, Niantic could get like, you know, multiple year contracts for a certain park. So if you can't go to New York this year, potentially could see Go Fest in New York next year. Who knows? We'll end up having to wait and see. But they could have like a 2-3 year contract or something going down. If not, I don't know, Go Fest could go somewhere else. I hope they continue to move Go Fest. Is this a bug on me? I hope they continue to move Go Fest. This is literally the most annoying Pheromosa to catch, to different cities around the States, so everyone can go there. Because again, these events are just absolutely insane. Okay, last ball, come on. Come on, stupid bug. That was a terrible throw. Okay, well that wasn't caught. Anyway, let's go to a new spot. Let's start talking about whether Pokemon Go is pay to win or not. By the way, here is a full view of the plaza. Man, I actually love plazas. Like, look at this. This is just no cars can go here. It's just us. I'm sorry, I'm literally like I'm shocked at how amazing plazas are. They should bring plazas to Ottawa or to Canada. I don't even think we have them in Canada. Oh, sorry, they're taking photos behind me. We've got a photo shoot going on. Okay, now to understand whether Pokemon Go is an egg hatch, no, is pay to win or not? We need to first obviously understand what does pay to win mean. Because if we don't know what that means, then we don't know what we're pretty much describing. So I have decided here, we're gonna keep this simple. What is pay to win definition? Okay, meaning of pay to win in English, abbreviation, pay to win, blah, 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 involving or relating to the practice of paying to get weapons and abilities, etc., to give you an advantage over other players who do not spend money. So let's talk about what we can actually spend money on in Pokemon Go that theoretically would translate to us paying to win. Now, obviously, first thing, we can go to the shop here. First things first, the tickets. The tickets. When you pay for a ticket, like this event that we're at, we also have Global Go Fest coming up, and you get all of this stuff here coming as well. What's going on behind me? That is something you can obviously pay for. You can also go ahead and pay for all these items: remote raid passes, egg incubators, poffins, incenses, rocket radars, star pieces, lucky eggs, etc., all this stuff. Now, it's very important to know you can get this stuff for completely free. Like, you do have a free incubator, you do have a free raid pass every single day. Incenses are available through research. Lucky eggs available through research. Lure modules available through research. Potions available through spinning gyms. So this stuff is available for free, but you can pay to get more of them than a free-to-play player would, theoretically getting you an advantage. Now, what was the other part of this equation? Sorry. Give you an advantage over other players who do not spend money. So what theoretically, I feel like I'm not saying this right. What am I trying to say? What theoretically means winning in Pokemon Go, okay? So let's talk about that. First of all, Pokemon Go is a collection-based game. You know, if I come into my collection here, shinies, this is all my shiny rare Pokemon I got. You know, is this theoretically me winning in Pokemon Go because I have a super, super rare collection? Well, who am I going up against? Really no one. So I don't really know if this technically considers as winning getting a lot of shinies. But there is a way to win in Pokemon Go, and that, I think the clearest thing is gonna be PvP. In Pokemon Go PvP, you can obviously battle someone, and there's a clear winner. So there's a clear, you know, winner or loser in that. But when it comes to collection and collecting your Pokemon, it's kind of hard to say whether Pokemon Go is pay to win in that aspect because, like, I don't know if I'm saying this right. I'm trying to explain it. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but are you really winning if you have like the best collection in Pokemon Go? Because who are you up against? You're kind of just up against yourself. You're not really up against anyone. And there's no leaderboard in the world where it's like, hey, craziest collection. Oh, you're #1 in the world for having your collection and you spent money. So like, it's technically pay to win, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm trying to say that really in the right point. Anyways, what's up, bro? Anyways, let's talk about PvP. Let's talk about PvP and winning in PvP. Now, Pokemon Go PvP has long been considered, let me actually pull up PvPoke right now, a very pay-to-win thing because a lot of the Pokemon are hard to get XL candies and candies for. I'm gonna zoom this in a bit. It's theoretically making this a pay-to-win. So let's look at it. Cresselia, #1 Pokemon in the Great League right now, based off PvPoke. It's a raid Pokemon. You have to raid for it. You have to do a lot of raids for it to try to get the candies. Registeel, same thing goes. Annihilate, pretty easy to get as a free-to-play player. Carbink, a Pokemon only really available during like special-ish events. Like I know it's spawning during Go Fest. I know it's spawned in the past during different events, but it's kind of a more rarish Pokemon. Skarmory is pretty easy to get. Gligar you can completely get for free. Mandibuzz you do have to get from eggs. Actually, I think we had it spawning at one of the Go Fest events, but not that available. Shadow Quag available. Lickitung, a Pokemon that a free-to-play player can get, but you do, need a lot of candies for, so that one is going to take a lot of grinding. For Alligator, Swampert, all this stuff is completely free. Bastiodon, harder to get XL candies for, but again, still not locked behind any sort of paying. Guzzlord would be considered technically paying. But yeah, all of this stuff-ish are kind of available to get for completely free. But if we take a look at the Ultra League, actually, I guess we should mention the Ultra League real quick. We're going to actually see probably more legendaries coming in. Registeel, again, raid only, you got to pay for that one. Tapu Fini, you got to raid and pay for that one. Giratina, you got to raid and pay for that one. Zygarde Complete Form, technically available for free. I'm actually not 100% sure. Registeel, Shadow, actually that one is more available for free. Cobalion, a legendary. Virizion, Cresselia, all that stuff. But if we jump over, oh, I just refreshed this, to the most pay to win, in my opinion, pay to win. We still haven't defined it, but pay to win is going to be the Master League because this is all legendaries. This is literally all legendaries. All these Pokemon you need at level 50, which means you have to have done a bunch of raids. You need maxed out, you need the best IVs you can possibly get, double moves. Like, to build a Master League team as a free-to-play player is probably one of the hardest things to do in Pokemon Go. But I think it's very important to mention that Pokemon Go PvP, just because you have Palkia Origin Form, Zygarde Complete Form, and Landorus Therian, the top 3 Pokemon on a team, does not mean you will win. It does not mean you will win. It just means you have, you know, a very, very strong team in Pokemon Go. But it doesn't completely lead to pay to win, because just because you pay to do all that work, theoretically also, by the way, we do have to mention that, when you pay, you end up doing a lot of work to actually get those Pokemon. Just because you do doesn't mean you will win. But that is still theoretically pay to win, in my opinion. I'm trying to think right now, like, as like a rebuttal article. I don't know if games like Overwatch, League of Legends, I believe you have to pay for characters. Different games that are very, very clearly pay to win. Again, just because you have it doesn't mean you're going to win. But if we go back to our definition, I lost my definition. What is pay to win? All that pay to win, at least on this, okay, by the way, we're basing it off of this dictionary, Cambridge.org. That's the source we're going off of. Give you an advantage over other players who do not spend money. So I think by that means, we can theoretically say that the Master League is a very pay-to-win league, because you clearly, if you spend money in the Master League versus a free-to-play player who's just using their free raid pass every single day to do whatever Palkia Origin Form raids, not have the best IV Palkia, maybe it's only powered up to level 40, you're going to have an advantage over that player. However, I think as the leagues drop, it gets less and less pay to win, because again, in the Great League, in the Ultra League, I think you can very easily succeed, and sometimes the teams are even better if they don't have legendaries on them. You know, like, there are still plenty of great free-to-play teams, but it is still very pay to win based on this definition. Again, the definition involving or relating to the practice of paying to get weapons and abilities. So we're paying for raid passes, we're paying for incubators to hatch eggs, we're paying to go to events like this event, which I'm at, which we'll talk about. And you're getting access to more candies, more XL candies, more raid passes to do more raids. And then that's leading you to obviously an advantage, because then you're gonna have, you know, a level 50 Hundo Palkia, and a free-to-play player most likely will not have that. Again, at the end of the day, it is still possible to have a super strong Master League team and have, you know, a level playing field between someone who spent $1 billion on Pokemon Go and $0. But, you know, as you pay, there's going to be more of a clear advantage, or it's a lot easier to get that thing. Anyway, that's my thoughts on PvP, but there's still another aspect of Pokemon Go we got to talk about. So let's head to a new location in this beautiful city and talk about it. Okay, now let's switch back and talk about the other aspect we were talking about earlier, which is the collection aspect of Pokemon Go, which is just like a huge part of it. Obviously in PvP, it's very clear when you're a winner. You know, you won the game, your legend rank, blah, 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 you're winning. But in collection, there's really no winner. Again, I want to make this point again. As long as you're having fun, you are a winner. So whether you're spending money on raid passes or not, you're winning at the end of the day, because there's no leaderboard of I have the best collection in Pokemon Go. So by that means, if we go back to our definition, I'm gonna keep running back to this because again, there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments like, oh, like this just doesn't make sense. The definition is the definition, okay? This is what we're going off of. Involving, relating the practice of paying to get weapons and abilities. So theoretically, we're paying to get shinies at this point, or hundos if you want that for your collection. That give you an advantage over players who do not spend money. Is there really any advantage? Is there really any advantage? I guess the only advantage we could get is like maybe an argument for showcases, because showcases there's a little competition. And you know, if you spend money, you could end up hatching more eggs for a Pokemon that's in showcases, so you could get like a better showcase. So in that aspect, yes. But if we're talking your shiny collection, how many hundos you have, even like theoretically your stats, right? Like if we go over into your stats and you're trying to flex, you know, to the collector's medal, you know, how many catches you have, or I don't know, let's go to a more paid medal. Battle Legend, win 2,000 raids. Again, you have to spend money to really get this medal up, but are you really winning versus someone? I guess theoretically, if you have more raids done, it's not really winning, it's more just proving you've spent more money and time on the game, really, at that point. So by that definition, I actually would argue that I do not think Pokemon Go's collection aspect of the game is pay to win because you're not really paying, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but you're not really paying to get an advantage over other players. You're just kind of paying to get something that makes you happy and makes you content and makes you enjoy the game. You're paying to have fun, really. You're paying to have fun. It's like in FIFA, FIFA's not a good description. What's like a game with like mystery boxes you can pay for, but like cosmetics? Like theoretically, you know what it's like? It's like Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure you do not pay for anything in the game that can give you advantage other than like sometimes I believe there's like special skins that you can get for your characters that are more camouflage, so sometimes it's harder for the opponent to see. But let's say you're just paying to buy gun skins in Call of Duty. It's not pay to win at all because you're just paying for things that are cosmetic. And that's pretty much what Pokemon Go is in terms of the collection aspect. You're paying for, you know, more chances to get a slightly different colored noodle girl. Oh my God, do you see this? Pheromosa's like invisible kind of. Sorry, I just got distracted. Anyway, there's no really like advantage to getting this in terms because there's no really winning. So when it comes to PvP, I definitely think there is pay to win, and PvP can definitely have a pay to win issue, especially in the Mash League. But when it comes to almost every other aspect of Pokemon Go, collecting, grinding, raiding, I don't know, whatever else you want to say. I'm probably forgetting things. My brain is really foggy today because I've actually already been playing Go Fest for like a long time today. So we're a little bit tired. Shiny check. Imagine we just randomly get a shiny here. No. I do not think it is completely pay to win because again, you're not really getting anything out of it. What I will say theoretically is that paying, actually this is a random thought I just got. I think inadvertently paying to play Pokemon Go could theoretically link up to paying to win in PvP. I don't know if that makes sense, but let me just say this. For example, I'm at Go Fest right now and I just caught a shiny Crab Brawler. By the way, this thing looks pretty sick. Look at his little punch gloves. Now I have this thing. When I go home, I can theoretically shiny trade this with somebody for a Palkia in the origin form, and then I get a good IV Palkia that I can then power up to use in the Master League, if that makes sense. Like, by me having a bigger collection, theoretically I have more control. These guys are vibing to music right now. Theoretically, I have more control to get more Pokemon to end up using in PvP. But again, at the end of the day, PvP is always going to be pay to win, and you do have to pay in some way to kind of get the better Pokemon. But I do not think the collecting aspect of Pokemon Go is pay to win by any means. But I think one thing we do have to talk about, actually, what was I want to talk about? There was something I want to talk about. Damn. Dude, my brain is actually so cooked today, it's actually insane. This is what happens when you come to Go Fest. It's a lot. It's amazing, an amazing experience, but whew, we're starting to feel the effects of it. Anyway, let me actually go to a new spot and then we'll talk about what I want to talk about. Oh my God, look. Segway tour. Look at them go. Madrid kind of vibey out here with the segways, dude. That's kind of fun, actually. Okay, I figured out what I want to say and what I want to do, and it's compare it to one of the most similar games, I think, to Pokemon Go, and a game I think we can take a lot of, like, oh, we just auto-catchered a shiny Pharaoh Seed. Imagine this is a Shundo. Wow, I get so sidetracked. That is terrible on the IVs. Anyway, Clash of Clans. If you guys have ever played mobile games, I think, is Clash of Clans actually the most popular mobile game ever? I guess Pokemon Go might be more popular based on like its 2016 performance, but Clash of Clans is huge. And Clash of Clans is very, very similar to Pokemon Go in the way that you can play the game for completely free, but if you pay, you're gonna get unlocked stuff a lot faster. Now, I have this article here, Clash of Clans article on Reddit from 3 years ago. Is Clash of Clans pay to win? 1.8K people said yes, 2.2K people said no. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments to maybe help us decide whether Pokemon Go is pay to win. The term pay to win has become such a common part of gaming, I don't even know what that word is, vocabulary, that people have kind of lost track of what it means. The true definition of the term is when there is vital content you don't have access to until you purchase something. For example, if Town Hall 14 was only available by spending money. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at some of the comments. The number one comment says, no, it's pay to progress faster. And this is what I want to talk about because actually, funny enough, Brandon Ton brought up this exact point when I was talking to him about if Pokemon Go is pay to win or not. Now, by definition, our other definition we looked at, wherever it was, if you pay money, you're going to get an advantage over other players. In PvP, that is very, very true. However, theoretically in Pokemon Go, and same thing in Clash of Clans, you could not pay a single dime of money and still have the exact same amount of things as somebody who spends a lot of money on the game. So by this definition, that who is this guy that said this thing here? My boy Damn Son. My boy Damn Son, by his definition, theoretically Pokemon Go is not pay to win, because again, you don't need to pay any money to unlock a special thing. There is nothing in Pokemon Go that is not available for completely free. Actually, I shouldn't say this, but let me just say this. There's not a lot of things in Pokemon Go that are not available for completely free. Actually, this is what I'm going to say. There is nothing in Pokemon Go that is not available for completely free at some point. We have seen plenty of times, especially like, for example, Go Fest right now. If you did not spend money on, Sendai Go Fest, Madrid Go Fest, or you're not buying the Global Go Fest ticket, you will not get access to Marshadow, the new Pokemon. And if Marshadow was really, really good, then theoretically, you would not have access to that Pokemon for PvP or whatever, and you would have a clear disadvantage. I think a good example actually is Carbink. Last year during Go Fest, when Carbink got released, it was only available at the in-person Go Fest, so there's a lot of people who had Carbink because they spent money to go to Go Fest, and they were like winning with it, but people who are completely free to play and don't spend money on Go Fest and stuff don't have access to Carbink. So in that sense, it is. But at the end of the day, everything does get released for completely free, and anyone can have anything. Like now, you can completely have a Carbink build for free. Granted, you would have had to grind it during an event and all that stuff, but it did get access free. So I think by that definition, the definition of our boy Damn Son, Pokemon Go can be pay to win for short periods of time, but then it gets completely released for free, and you have no advantage, and you have no clear advantage if you spend money or not, because whether you spend money or not, you could have the exact same Pokemon. Obviously, it will take a lot of grinding, it'll take a lot of time, and if you spend money, you'll just progress faster. But yeah, by that definition, you're not really ever clearly at a full disadvantage because you can get everything someone who spends money on. So that's how Brandon Ton sees it. That's how my boy Damn Son sees it. But I don't know, thinking about what I see, I definitely tend to think sometimes Pokemon Go can be pay to win, because I just think sometimes it's not as simple as Clash of Clans. Like if you look at Clash of Clans and it's like, hey, pay to progress faster. Because if you don't know how Clash of Clans works, by the way, you have to upgrade stuff and you have to get resources. So you have to battle people to get resources, and then you can upgrade stuff. But upgrading takes time. Like I think upgrading your town hall at one point takes like 2 weeks. But you can spend money to speed up that upgrade. And it's a very simple transaction. You spend money and then you speed up the upgrade. In Pokemon Go, it's not as simple to like pay and then get things done really quickly. Like, let's say I want a Hundo Palkia and I have money to spend. Well, it's not like, hey, I can just pay and get a Hundo Palkia. First of all, I have to come into the shop. I need to go in here, buy a veteran box, get 15 premium battle passes. Now I need to go out into the city. I need to find the Palkia raids. I need to find the people to do Palkia raids. I have to do the Palkia raids. I have to do as many Palkia raids until I can get all the XL candies, until I get a Hundo or a really good IV, and then I can power up the Palkia, and then bang, there you go, I get my reward. But it's a much more complicated process of spending money and getting the reward versus Clash of Clans, which is like, hey, I just have 1,000 gems, I'm gonna upgrade my town hall. Or hey, I have 1,000 gems, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of gold or a bunch of elixir. Again, if you don't know Pokemon, if you don't know Clash of Clans, this might not really make sense to you, but it's a lot more simple. Like, if you had $1 million, I think you could theoretically just instantly max out your Clash of Clans account. It would take a lot of time of like clicking and stuff and buying, and you have to buy it a lot of times, but I think theoretically, you could just max everything out in like, it might take you like 2 days of like buying stuff and doing all the gemming and all that stuff, but Pokemon Go, if you have unlimited money, doesn't mean you're gonna be level 50 right away, if that makes sense. So in that aspect, I think Pokemon Go can be pay to win, but there's also, along with paying comes grinding. Like it's not just spend money and have everything. It's spend money and then get off your butt and go out and play the game. And it'll be easier for you, but still. Anyway, let's move on to the new location. So with all this in discussion, we really just kind of have to answer the question now. Is Pokemon Go pay to win? Well, I think it just depends on how you look at it. Is pay to win a thing where, hey, you have to pay to win? Or is it more like, if you pay, you'll definitely have a clear advantage, but theoretically, you know, you can not pay and get the same thing. And that's why I believe, actually, I think pay to win or Pokemon Go, this is insane. This city, by the way, is insane. Like, this guy's trying to make like space right here. That's crazy. Anyway, I think Pokemon Go can be pay to win sometimes when something comes out that you have to pay for or you do not have yet. But theoretically, once that thing comes out for completely free, like, I don't know, Marshadow is gonna probably come out in like 6 months through a free research, everyone can get it. And then at that point, yeah, Pokemon Go is not pay to win anymore because everyone can get that. So that's kind of my thoughts on it, but I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Pokemon Go is pay to win or not? Because I think there's an argument for both sides. I think you could see Pokemon Go as pay to win, or you could look at it how those people look at it in Clash of Clans, where it's pay to get an advantage and get stuff going faster, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. Anyway, let's move on to take a look at some of the comments from the last Let's Play episode. And take a look at what some people said. What even was Last Play? Actually, the last Let's Play, wait, we were in Tokyo. Oh my God. It's kind of insane how we've been literally going from country to country, just talking about Pokemon Go. Sometimes I literally just like, you guys ever just like be like, what, why? Like, or what's going on, you know? It's kind of like the vibe right now, like what's going on? Like, I was in Tokyo 2 weeks ago for Pokemon Go. I'm truly blessed, and I just want to say, like, I really appreciate you guys being able to change my life. Sometimes I look back, it's funny, I've talked to people about this, but looking back at your life, like I look back at my life 5 years ago, and I was just a kid in my room making random YouTube videos, getting like 5 views, working at McDonald's, and then like looking at what my life is now, like how much it's changed. I think it just like is a testimony to say how quick your life can change. It's just, what's that saying? There's that image. I always look at this image, person digging. If you're watching or if you're listening to this, gold and gives up. If you're listening to this podcast, it's pretty much that image of, yeah, it's this one here, where it's like a person digging for gold or diamonds or whatever, and then the other guy is almost there, but he just gave up. And that's kind of like the thing is like, in life, and especially in 2019, I did not know I was so close to having a YouTube channel that would finally succeed after having tried so many times. But I just kept pushing, and then it all changed for me in a year. Like, Pokédex blew up. And I think that can be a testament to any of you guys who are working on YouTube channels, or honestly working on anything. Like, it can change like that. It can change like that. You might be that close. You might be far, you might be close, but you just gotta keep pushing it, and then it can all change like that, if that makes sense. Absolutely insane. Honestly, okay, sorry, I always get distracted. Anyway, Tokyo, in the last video, we talked about what makes a great city for Pokemon Go, and is Tokyo the best city in Pokemon Go? Let's see what you guys said. Someone said, I left my handbag and wallet and passport in a restaurant in Kyoto, and it was left untouched when I get back and picked up the next day. It's really the safest country I've ever traveled to. Zoe actually told me stories about this, about someone who, oh no, wait, this is the one. No, someone told me a story about like, when they were in Japan, they literally left their passport in a different city and then went to Tokyo and then got it back the next day from someone who like drove to Tokyo or like trained to Tokyo and brought it to them. Literally really is the safest city. Madrid here, I definitely do feel safe, but I think any place with like more of those like touristy traps, like there's a lot of people like dressed up trying to take costumes with you, or people coming to you when you're sitting down trying to sell you stuff, you definitely feel a little bit less safe. And I kind of miss that part of Japan. But also Madrid has its own charm. And man, I'm a sucker for Europe. I actually just love Europe. If you're from Europe, shout out to you. I was saying this earlier, but I think Europe is just such a chill vibe. Granted, there are some cities that are less chill, but like I just feel so relaxed when I'm here, and everything is just so vibey. No, that's my new favorite word, vibey. You know, you get a little espresso from a little coffee shop and just chill and relax. Like you really cannot go wrong with that. And that's the beauty about traveling, is just like every city kind of has its unique flair to it. Even cities in Canada and in the States, you know, it's insane. Anyway, Luxembourg is a great city. Transport is free, and you can stay in the bus all day, which is great with the traffic. Runs 25, 35 kilometers consistently. It's perfect to catch Pokemon and Pokestops with no effort at all. That's a comment from Fabian. Maybe we'll have to go ahead and check out Luxembourg. And I think that's a great point to make, obviously, as well. I think Madrid, going back to the point of what's the best city in Pokemon Go, the great thing about Madrid is the plazas. I'm going back to the plazas because I'm a plaza lover. any place that is a pedestrian only, any city that has pedestrian only walkways and paths and different stuff like that, I think is amazing, because that literally makes it so that you do not have to worry about cars and traffic, and obviously you have to worry about running into people, but I think naturally as Pokemon Go players, we kind of get, you guys know, but you kind of get like that instinct of how to play, look at your phone, catch, and not run into anybody. That's at least an instinct I've gotten, and the more you play Pokemon Go, you kind of learn that. But yeah, that's a great point, especially in the bus, and when the public transport is free in Luxembourg? Damn, bro, I'm jealous. That's insane. Anyway, follow me with the comment. Number one city to play Pokemon Go in it for me is the city I live in, located in Sweden. It's a surprising amount of gyms and stops and more despite being a smaller town. I have a great local group in which we do raid hours together every Wednesday. That's a great point you bring up. I think the best city is, the city where your friends are in, because at the end of the day, it's the most fun with your friends. So if you have a local group, raid group and all that stuff, it's gonna be a lot better. Like, I would rather be in Ottawa, which is arguably a less good city for Pokemon Go than Tokyo, but Ottawa has all of my raid group and friends, and I can actually speak the language and communicate with the local community, if that makes sense. I think that's just like an aspect of Pokemon Go people always remember, and especially when I come to these events, it just reminds me like how amazing the community aspect of Pokemon Go is. Miker, I love you putting on Spotify podcasts and walking my dog and playing Pokemon Go. Run up the podcast, you know we will. My boy Miker1027. Again, you guys can listen to these on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you want to listen to me yap in audio version and not see this face. By the way, if you guys have noticed, fit check for today. Let's actually do a little fit check. Can I zoom this out more? Not really. I am sorry, but the fits on this trip have been the exact same every single video, because I do not have that many clothes. We are out of the country for like 24 days-ish, and I only could bring so many clothes. So I'm sorry that we've been wearing the same Lululemon t-shirt for the last, 10 videos. The fit checks are very basic, but we have the hat. By the way, I bought this hat in Japan, the bucket hat. What do you guys think of the bucket hat? I think it's a vibe. It might be a bucket hat 2024. This might be the new Pokédaxy look. I know we had the beanie. If you guys actually are OGs, you remember the Pokédaxy beanie is the OG Pokédaxy vibe. Did I just say Japan is the birthplace of Japan? Wait, did I say that? That's what happens when you yap for so long. 2024, truly one of poets. Dude, that's hilarious. Also, given your stance on destiny/learning from mistakes, I wonder what your thoughts are on something like the butterfly/ripple effect. Example, one day you decided, this Pokemon game looks silly, why not give it a shot? And that small decision led to you traveling and making videos to a substantial audience now. Love and serious, Yap Season World Tour 2024, let's go. Dude, amazing. Okay, I love this comment, the butterfly ripple effect, and what are my thoughts on it? This is how I think, and this is what I've been recently thinking, especially because I think I've been really overthinking recently, but when you do things in life, first of all, I don't know if I talked about this in the last episode, but I think number one thing you have to do in life is whatever decisions you make, you need to take those as lessons to kind of go into your next thing. So let's say we got, I don't know if this is a good example. This Pokemon game looks silly, why not give it a shot? That's not a great example. Let's say I make a decision one day to, I don't know, what's a decision I make? I don't know, start eating, or I don't know. Let's say this actually. I start eating a bag of chips a day because I love chips and I really want chips. Then at one point after eating a bag of chips a day, my stomach starts to feel bad or I start to gain weight and I notice that. That's when you take the lesson and you move on to the next thing, which would probably be, having the thought now of I'm gonna eat healthier, if that makes sense. I'm gonna start not eating chips and go to the gym and blah, blah, blah. Should I sit there and regret my decisions? No, I should just take the lesson I learned and move on to the next thing, if that makes sense. Actually, I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this right now. Anyway, that's a full side thing. But at the end, what am I trying to say right now? Okay, wait, this made no sense at all. That's a completely different point I think I'm making. Destiny learning from mistakes. That was what we're going to. So I think by doing that, you're naturally just gonna do things, and as long as you take everything in like lesson as a life, everything will be what it will be. It already happened. Just be yourself, learn from your mistakes, and then life will kind of, destiny will follow to the way it's meant to be. And I think that relates completely to the butterfly/ripple effect, because at the end of the day, again, as long as you follow yourself and what you believe in, the ripple effect might happen naturally, but whatever will happen will happen. This makes not a lot of sense because I feel like my brain is so fried, I'm not really conjugating my thoughts correctly. But I don't know, at the end of the day, I think just make your decisions, live with them, learn from them, and then whatever happens, happens. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, let's say I'm making this video right now, this video gets recorded, I edit it, blah, 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 I post it, that happened, okay, wait, this makes no sense. I was about to say that happened. Yeah, that happened. Let's say the video doesn't perform as well as I want to, I'm gonna learn from that mistake and I'm gonna make another video, and then whatever happens, happens. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm sorry, this is honestly not a great day for Pokédaxy therapy thoughts, and we're pretty light on them today, but that's kind of what it is. But yeah, I do think the butterfly ripple effect is always an interesting one, but at the end of the day, like, I don't really know if it means anything, right? Because whatever happens, happens. Like, if I say this Pokemon game looks silly, why not give it a shot? I start playing it. You know, obviously the ripple effect continues. I start making videos. The channel succeeds, blah, blah, blah. It happened. And it was just based off me learning from my mistakes throughout making videos and always improving my videos. And that's the decision that I made because I just followed what I enjoy, my passion, and what I believe in, if that makes sense. I don't really know what I'm saying at this point, but I hope I kind of answered your thoughts. And yeah, by the way, Japan is the birthplace of Japan. Shout out to Pokédaxy. Weather and walkability are some of the biggest factors for being a good place to play. The wintertime in the middle of summer can be pretty unplayable in a lot of places, or at least not fun. Having a good mix of parks and downtown area is a great best play area, I find. I've actually seen, thank you by the way, Ian, for the comment. I've actually seen a lot of people talk about how India in the summer is super, super hot. If you're from India, you, like I've seen so many comments, but you probably know, and how like, especially Go Fest and stuff during the summer in India is like insane. So that is a very good point. Yeah, weather can definitely be a factor. Also in Canada, you know, Ottawa, we get snow during the winter, so we can't really play. But yeah, that's a really great point you make. Thank you for sharing your travels with us. You're welcome, East Coast Mama. Oh wait, we have a translated comment. I love the videos where you just talk about Pokemon Go, playing for a while and show us things and give your opinion. Thanks, Dax. You're welcome. So Pita. Dude, I'm trying to think back. I don't know if I explained what I was trying to explain correctly, but I hope you guys enjoyed to me random. This is literally, these videos are so random. What are these videos? I'm glad you guys enjoyed them, but sometimes I think to myself, what? Who am I? This makes no sense. Anyway, New York City may not be good for the car grind, but it's fantastic for bus grinding and easy to pay for the bus with your phone, and you can charge your phone on the regular city buses. Chef's kiss, amazing. We'll be in New York very soon for a Yap session, so we can actually go ahead and test that out. I feel like I'm here with you. Thanks for taking us along. You're welcome. And what else we have? After the mad update to bring more Pokestops to India, every major city looks like this in India. Oh, looks like Japan. Okay, it's actually insane. Dude, by the way, if you guys want to see me come to India, or see a trip to India, I think we've been out of focus for a while, actually. Let me know. It's actually, I'm actually considering doing a trip to India, potentially late 2024 or 2025, like winter-ish for me. Yeah, if you want to see India tour, Pokédaxy India tour 2025, let me know. I think that could be absolutely fun. Not gonna lie, I never comment on Pokemon YouTube pages, but your videos have such a calm and cool vibe. Very relaxing. Thank you, Jade. That's the vibes. I don't really know why some people believe these are relaxing, but I guess I just yap for an hour. Man, dude, I can't get over how much I love plazas. Dude, plazas and patios, that's a good name. Isn't that like a album from like Mac Miller, Plazas and Patios? That would be a good album name. Anyway, let's do a couple more of these. Recently went to Greece and Athens, was packed with gyms and stops. Was great for the AUTOCATCHER while exploring the sites. I think that's great actually, part of traveling, like if you go to a new city. Just, Pokemon Go is such a great game for that, in which like you can literally just go somewhere, put on your AUTOCATCHER, or just like casually play the game while still exploring. It's actually insane. I've talked about this before, but like Pokemon Go has such a monopoly on the GPS mobile game. There's literally no other game like it. And that's why I always say I don't think Pokemon Go will ever die, just because of the fact that there's no competition, and can something really die if there's nothing to replace it, unless the need for it goes away. If people are like, you know, if we go into a recession, people don't have a lot of money or a lot of time and really need to focus on getting money or something like that, and you know, the world is in chaos, Pokemon Go will probably die. But as long as people have like spending money or time, mostly time, as long as people have time to do hobbies and stuff like that, Pokemon Go probably will never die, because there's literally nothing like it. Anyway, let's go with this final comment here, or these final two. Playing Comday in Tokyo is like nothing I've ever seen. I'm from SoCal and not used to seeing so many people playing, but when I was there in Tokyo, everyone was playing Comday. It was so cool, man. Yeah, Pokemon is just so popular in Japan. I think you could probably stand anywhere in Tokyo and see one thing Pokemon. I'm gonna make that bet. You could probably do that. Finally, after watching this video, I realized that my town has relatively large amount of Pokestops and gyms. I even have 2 parks where I can reach 7 Pokestops in a gym in the first one and 12 Pokestops in a gym in the other one. The gym on top of Pokestops 2, just like in the video. Yo, congrats on your park, dude. Take advantage of it, man. Take advantage of it. Okay, one more. GPN. Hi, Dax. Live about 2-hour bus ride from Tokyo and can confirm Japan in general is one of the safest places to be, especially if you stay away from the rougher parts of the city. I didn't even know there was rough parts in Japan, but good to know. Just look at this, bro. This is Madrid vibes right here. We are vibing out here. I think that does it, man. I think that is pretty much all I want to talk about here in Madrid. Again, it is Go Fest right now. We've been having an absolute blast. But yeah, that's like my thoughts. I think Pokemon Go, I think it is pay to win at some points, but at the end of the day, if we're going by that definition that you can't, there's certain things that are completely locked around money, there really isn't in Pokemon Go. There's really, like, everything is theoretically available for free. But also at the same time, yeah, if you definitely pay, you'll definitely have an advantage. So I don't know. I'm very curious about your thoughts on it, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think Pokemon Go is pay to win? Nonetheless, we're going to be here in Madrid for the next 2 more days for Go Fest. Our party ended, by the way, with me and Pokemama. 36 kilometers explored. Wow. We really moved. Oh, and we get a party challenge. Imagine we get a shiny. This would actually be... Oh, never mind. That's not a shiny. Would this be the first ever shiny on the Let's Play series? I actually do not think... Because this is such a casual video, I do not think we've actually ever gotten a shiny on the Let's Play series. That would be insane. Oh, I guess we have... Actually, I guess we have off of our auto catcher. Does that count, though? Yeah, theoretically, this was caught... Oh, wait. This is an extra small Lickitung shiny. That's pretty cool, actually. Cool little snag. Look how small it is, actually. This is kind of insane. Anyway, guys, again, we'll be in Madrid for the next 2 days. Stay tuned for plenty of fun videos coming out of Madrid Go Fest, especially with me and Pokemama and Coops and all that stuff. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You think Pokemon Go is pay to win or not? And we'll see you guys all in the next Let's Play series, which will be in the next city, which will be New York, probably. Yes. Pokédaxy Yap Session World Tour continues. Man, I do actually want to just thank you guys. Like, I would not be here in this position if it wasn't for you guys believing in me. And sometimes I think it's hard to, like, believe in yourself. And especially sometimes I have, like, self-worth issues, and it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like, do you ever ask yourself, like, why me, kind of? Like, I definitely do ask myself, why am I, you know, in this position? But at the end of the day, I think it's just important to be grateful for the position you're in, and I'm super grateful to be here and be able to show you guys and bring you guys along on these Yap sessions. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is episode 12, I think. We're on 12 episodes of this. And as long as you guys keep enjoying them, I will continue to yap my heart out. Because this is almost like therapy for me. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know if you guys, like, I think certain extroverted people will be like this, but like sometimes I just feel like I need to talk. And if I don't talk, and just like, it just like builds up inside. So thank you for listening to me talk, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's gonna be it, guys. We got, dude, it's literally Luigi, bro. Where's Waluigi? Shout out to Waluigi. Should I drop Waluigi merch, by the way? Let me know. Anyway, Waluigi merch coming soon. Bro, Waluigi is so goated. Okay, Waluigi in a plaza might be the greatest thing ever created. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying right now. I definitely do think that is, but I definitely should end this video. So appreciate you all. Click the videos on screen if you want to listen to more Yap sessions. Again, you can listen to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And if you enjoyed this film, you'll also enjoy the one from Tokyo and from Sendai. So go listen to those episodes if you're looking for something to listen to while you do whatever you're doing, whether you're washing dishes, driving around, playing Pokemon Go. Love you all, and we'll see you guys all in New York. Peace.